Isn't it? Seeing a donkey is being a donkey? No. In the objective world, knowing and being is always separated. It is that experience where knowing and being is one, and therefore the perception or the actions or the understanding is not required. Now see what is happening? Total frustration. When we become really frustrated that the senses cannot comprehend, Kenopanishad, the student goes with all sincerity, and with equal sincerity the teacher is cold, not cool, cold. Sir, can you tell me what is that because of which the eyes see? What is that because of which the ears hear? So the teacher says, it is the eye of the eye, it is the ear of the ear, it is the nose of the nose, it is the mind of the mind, it is the intellect of the intellect. First of all, one layer of confusion. Now the second layer of confusion. But can you please tell us how to comprehend that? Then the teacher says, na tatra chakshur gacchati, na vag gacchati, na manaha, na vidmaha, na vijanimaha, yatha etad anushishyat. This is the same mantra here. Na tad bhasayate suryo na shashanko na pavakaha. Neither your senses, nor organs of action, nor mind, nor intellect ever reach there. Not only that, my dear friend, we do not know how to teach. Yatha etat anushishyas. Then have I done a mistake? You have done a blunder in coming to me. Don't say like that, sir. Please tell, how did you know? I don't know. My guru told me this. That I'll tell you. And what did your guru tell? Anya devatad viditat atha aviditad adhi. The truth is other than the known and the unknown, but what the truth is never said. See? And then the student becomes extremely contemplative. The truth is other than the known and the unknown. I know Hindi, so Hindi cannot be the truth. I don't know Sanskrit, Sanskrit is also not true. See? Slowly, slowly, he becomes more and more contemplative and comes to discover that all our experiences of the waking and the dream, they fall in the category of the known. And the experience of the deep sleep falls in the category of the unknown. The truth is other than the dream, the waking, the known category, and the deep sleep, the category of unknown. That which is illuminating the presence of the waking and the dream, and that which is illuminating the absence of the deep sleep, is far beyond the known and the unknown, far beyond the existence and the non-existence. Now what is happening to you is you are getting established in the truth, but you had doubt about it. अरे मुझे कैसे समझ में आ गई? How do I know? The moment I disappear, the truth is revealed. Knowledge without knower is the truth. Action without the doer is the truth. See, what action we have done to grow? Nothing. We just grow. Similarly, the knowledge without knower is the pure knowledge. And the last, the joy without an enjoyer is the truth. The more you go deeper and deeper into this, then we understand yad gatva nanivartante. This has to be recognized, friends, only once. No second time. See? Yad gatva nanivartante. You go on the path of yoga, yoga bhrashtaha abhijayate. Again he is born. Shuchi naam Shrimatam gehe yoga brashto vijayate athava yoginam eva kule bhavati dhimatam. But this knower of the truth, he who has merged in the reality, where the I has disappeared, in the language of Ramakrishna Paramahansa, the salt doll went to find out the depth of the ocean, and she jumped and never came back. Yad gatva nanivartante tad dhama paramam mama. That is the absolute. After having said this with reference to the world and the scientific approach how we conduct with the world, now the second topic is taken from the 6th verse, and this topic is the topic of ego. You know, email, e-commerce, ego. So it is that ego that we have to learn. Now what the Lord says about this ego, there are so many funny notions and funny stories. And this is how spirituality is a funny affair. It is not serious. Mamayivamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha manashashtani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati shariram yadavapnoti yachapyutkramati shvaraha gruhitvaitani sainyati vayurgandhani vashayat Shrotram chakshus parshanancha rasanam ghranameva adhisthaya manaschayam vishayanupasevate utkramantam sthitam vapi bhunjanam va gunanvitam vimudha nanupashyanti pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. You know, the story of the jiva is such. If we understand this correctly, we will never want liberation. Please understand this. I'll tell you one or two stories. In Mahabharata, there is a character called as Bhishmacharya. The most miserable character of Mahabharata is Bhishmacharya. And there is another one also, Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And the most cheerful character is Bhagavan Sri Krishna. What is the difference between the two? Bhishmacharya was a Vasu in the higher worlds, in the Siddha Lokas, and there also he did something wrong. As a result, he got a curse. And what is the curse? You will be born on earth. Don't carry a wrong message. Are we the cursed ones? So, he was cursed and born as a human being. Then after that what? He suffered here throughout his life. Be very attentive. He had all the powers. He was the most powerful person of his time. He had conquered death. He can leave his body at his free will. Same thing with Dronacharya. In the din and roar of the war, when he came to know that Ashwatthama is killed, suddenly he just got out of his chariot, sat on the floor, on the ground, and with all meditation and control, Sanyama, he just wanted to discard the body. But somebody came and finished him. Tell me, these are the stories of the Jiva. Whether the joy of a pig eating the filth or joy of a rich man eating the sweet meat, it is the same. See, because what is happening? Objects coming in contact with the sense organs and experience is taking place. That's it. Relative existence is the Jiva Bhava, the sense of ego. And then what we want? When I say I want liberation, means what? If I am having diseases, For me, what is the definition of liberation? Liberation from the diseases. See? When I am having no children, what is the meaning of liberation? Oh God, please bless me with the children. Then I am liberated from that. If I am having poverty, then for me, what is the meaning of liberation? Liberation from poverty, earn a lot of money. But I remains. See? It will never go. And as long as this I, this ego is there, whether you go to the heaven, in heaven also there is a Dharavi slum. Don't imagine. From here we imagine, America is a very prosperous country. You go there and then you will see. Where, the discarded food is thrown, there the poor people go and collect the discarded things and eat. So much of money is spent on advertisement of the dog and the cat's food. It is meant for the poor people to eat. See, from here we imagine in the same manner. In relativity, there cannot be absolute happiness. A poor man who doesn't have a bicycle, his dream is, if I get a bicycle, I can go do this thing, that thing. So he gets a bicycle. Is he happy? Then if I get a mobile, how nice, I'll be able to go there and there. He gets that. Is he happy? What is this two-wheeler? I should get a four-wheeler. Then he gets a four-wheeler. Then he's happy? No, I should get a six-wheeler. There's no end. Therefore, this story of Jiva, please understand, don't take it that Jiva is the reality. Paramatma is the reality, and Jiva is only an in-between stage to explain the reality. It is something like this. If we have to know what electricity is, now electricity does not have Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Isn't it? Electrical energy does not have sound, does not have smell, does not have taste, doesn't have any smell. And you want to learn the electrical energy. How will you learn? You say, see, ये बल्ब में जो light है ना, that light in the bulb, that is electricity. So how we are approaching? The conditioned expression of the absolute energy alone becomes comprehensible. Infinite cannot be comprehended by the finite. Our eyes have got the limitation to function within a particular band of the light wavelength. Beyond that, our eyes don't function. That doesn't mean that there are no wavelengths there. They are, but they are not acceptable by our eyes. Therefore, this Jiva, who is the finite expression of the infinite, how can this Jiva ever recognize what the truth is unless he disappears? See? And when a bulb fuses, what happens and to whom? I was in Pilani, BITS Pilani, and one boy came very seriously asked this question. So Hamidi, what happens after death? I said, the living ones are happy. No. I am talking about the dead ones. The dead one is burned. No. What happens to the soul? I said, which soul? What is the spelling? Yasvo, What is the soul you are talking about? No, they say the soul goes. I said, then you also go. No, please help me. I want to know what happens to the soul after death. I said, those who do not know how to live, they will never know how to die. First learn to live. then you will have the knack to die instantaneously. And that death will be such a death that you don't have to die every time. See, we are all death experts. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam. Get out of this wrong notion that Jiva is the reality and he was there in the earlier life, he is in the present life, he goes in the next life, and then he goes to the heaven and the hell. This is the story in between. But that becomes so enchanting. That is the foolishness of our understanding. So I asked that student, I said, look here, you are an engineering student, very intelligent. Please reply my question, I will reply your question. हर सवाल का सवाल ही जवाब हो. एक सवाल तुम करो, एक सवाल अपन करेगा. I asked him, when you switch off the bulb, where does the light go? Tell me. No, you are creating confusion. I said, that is my profession. You know, unless you are confused, you will not want to know the truth. See, first what we do, we tell, see, God is so beautiful, so wonderful, and He has to be superior than us. We have got 2 heads, He has 4 heads. We have got 1 head, He has got 4 heads. We have got a bidi in our hand, He has got Shankha Chakra Gada Padma in his hand. We cannot stand even for 2 minutes like a fool, but He stands on the fool, and even then it doesn't fall. God, isn't it? And then it becomes such a great attraction. And then, Kal raat sapne mein Kanhaiya aaya. And what he did? He said, I am sorry, I have come to the wrong place. Don't get carried away by all these things. Please understand. Who is this I? To make us realize the absolute, we start from where we are. Now you all will be going to your home. Where from you will start to reach your home? From Prempuri Ashram. Because you are here now. Where are we now? We are embedded in the body identification. So all our spiritual practice begins from the body. And an embodied one cannot understand the absolute one. And therefore, in between these stages are told. Now, which are those stages? Bhagavan says, Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaha Manashashtani Indriyani Prakriti Sthani Karshati Mama Eva Amshaha. A part of me. What has happened to that part of me? Jiva Loke. Jiva Loke means a realm of relativity. In the realm of relativity, Jiva Bhutaha has taken a stand of relative existence, and Sanatanaha, and this relative existence is an eternal phenomenon. Since when east, west, north, south is? Can we tell? No, eternal. In the same manner, this Jiva is an eternal phenomena. Please understand. It is not an event. See, one star coming and colliding with another star and sparkling, that is an event. But the law of gravity is a phenomena. See, you go and see somebody suddenly and he comes and help you, it is an event. But eyes are able to illuminate colors and form, it is a phenomena. And phenomena is that which is never bound by any limitation. And when Bhagavan says, Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaha, If Paramatma is infinite, Sanatanaha, in the infinite, finite can be imagined. It does not exist. See, on the earth, there are those latitudes and longitude lines. Are they really there? I was in Kenya, a place called as Kusumu, and it is through that particular place the equator goes. And there they have made some monument kind of thing. The equator goes from here. So you say, where is the equator? Dikhta nahi. Where is the equator? Similarly, we went to the north in Finland. The Arctic Circle is written there. The Arctic Circle. Beyond this, the snow line begins. And that is the place where the Santa Claus lives. So when I went with my friends, I was also with my gown and all that. So, who is this person? Indian Santa Claus. What do you think? So, this equator, then the Arctic Circle, is it a reality? Pakistan should not fly their flights on the Indian space. Where is the Indian space? On the globe, India is somewhere. And the globe is moving. So Indian space is also moving. Find out where it is. In short, in the infinite, finite is always imagined. It is not real. North, east, west, south. These are imaginary lines creating the direction in the absolute space. Husband, wife, imagination, not the truth. Think. We only imagine. This is how the people fall in love, because they stop imagining further. They come to a standstill, they stuck up. Oh, I think made for each other, stuck up. And when imagination stops, you are bound by the finitude. And thereafter, non-stop can goes. But that is also infinite. Goes on. It doesn't stop. Therefore, when the Lord says, Mama eva amshaha jiva loke, jiva bhuta sanatanaha, this is a phenomena that when the infinite expresses through the finite conditioning, that phenomena is called as a jiva. It is not an individuality. See? But we start imagining that I am a jiva. And this is the foundation of the Yoga Sutras. The Kapil Maharshi's Sankhya Shastra, Patanjali Maharshi's Yoga Sutra, all these paths which are talking about developing the various powers and siddhis, going to the Siddha Loka, they all accept that the Jiva is a reality. See? And this is where the path totally takes a 180-degree angle. It cannot be. See? What is the difference between a poor man monetarily and a rich man monetarily? The rich man thinks I am superior than the poor. Now go one step further. A person who is on the roadside, no place to stay, other person is having a big building his own. So what he thinks, he is poor, I am rich. Go further. You and me have no control over our mind, over our senses. We lead an ordinary life. But a yogi, I have control over my mind. I can sit in one posture for 3 hours. Can use it? No. You are a yogi. I am a yogi. I am still there. Think. As long as I versus you is valid, we are in the realm of ignorance. There is but one reality. What is the difference between electrical energy expressing as light through a 0 power bulb or 40 power or 100 power? Phenomena is the same. This thing I discovered once in Delhi. I was sitting, it was a rainy time, seeing the rains beautifully outside, evening time, and lots of light and lizards and flies coming. So some kind of fly came, and to eat that fly, one baby lizard was going. And there also Bhai and Dada is there also. So one strong lizard came. And she came and chased that small one outside. And then stood there. And then waiting for somebody to come so that she can have her lunch. But nobody came. Now see, this phenomena, identification of the lizard with the lizard body, and our identification with our body as I, phenomena wise, it is 100% the same. See, expression of mind through the eyes as a vision, this phenomena is common for the wise and the otherwise, the human beings and the animals. There is no change in that. See? The expression of the consciousness through the body as mind is a common phenomena. There is no qualitative difference. See? And this thing has to be recognized. See? When a medical student studies anatomy, he doesn't have to dissect every patient. First of all, he has played with the dead bodies. Now he will play with the live bodies, and after that he may cure somebody. Isn't it? So he has learned the total phenomena of anatomy, physiology, all the things in the same manner, friends. Jiva is not an individuality. Recognition of the individuality as separate from others, that is an illusion. See? When you take food and when I take food, is it that when the food goes in my stomach, something different happens, and when it goes to your stomach, something different happens? No. The same physiological process will continue. So in what way we are separate from each other? The deeper you go, you come to discover that the whole story of the Jiva is not the story of you and me. It is the story of the phenomena. And once this clicks, then you are liberated from what? Sin, merit, dharma, adharma, going to hell, going to heaven, and punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. See? Just recognize this absolute reality. For that is the topic of Jiva, the ego in between. There is one book of mine, cassettes are also there, and session I took in Coimbatore for 7 days. Ego, an asset and a liability. See? Go through that. Everything will become so distinctly clear. We'll study tomorrow in more detail. So the moment you understand that this is the phenomena, there is nothing to be worried about. This is just happening in this world. But I am this. My son, my daughter, my husband, my wife, and the whole Mahabharata starts. Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. The whole story starts from this foundation of foolishness. Mine versus yours. To get out of this foolishness is the topic of Jiva. Mama evamsho Jiva loke Jiva bhuda sanatanaha manashyashtani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. And the whole story is so enchanting that we forget the Paramatma and get lost in the story of the Jiva. The other day one person asked me, Swamiji, suppose, we go to hell. I said, what do you suppose? You are preparing already. No, I want to know. Suppose you have to go to... I said, I don't have to go. You tell about yourself. Okay, suppose I go to hell, then what? I said, no. In Bhagavad Puran, 7th canto, there is a list. There are 28 atoms of hell available. You can choose and suffer there. Friends, please remember, spiritual approach is for living and not for dying. See, those who want to learn how to die and guarantee, listen Bhagavad. Because it was told to a dying person, is it not? Bhagavad Gita was not told to Pitama Bhishma on the deathbed. It was told to a man of dynamic existence. Only some small mistake. What was small mistake? Identity crisis. And because of that identity crisis, that stalwart of his time has become a small cockroach and started leading a frustrated life in the same manner. That divine absolute that we are, because of the wrong identity, we have started living as beggars in the violence of the sensuality. Let us get out of it and discover the freedom of being. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaha Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.